Good morning and welcome to Small Biz Chat. This is Lorraine Ball.
And this is Jennifer.
And this morning, we're going to reach out to all of you and hopefully bring you into our community and make you fans. Right,
You're so good at that.
you know what? Everybody's got a skill.
You are good at the hook. I can't wait till we do a show on that.
We will definitely talk about how to create those moments, those quick grabs. And while we're talking about that, it doesn't matter how good your hook is. It doesn't matter how good your blog post is. It's like that tree that falls in the forest. If there's no one there, no one hears it. And so it is important that you expand your reach.
Yes, and so for clarity, back in the day we called it impressions, and that was basically people the number of times they've seen it, but for clarity too, because social media platforms reach is actually supposed to be the number of people who see it, despite the fact that some big company right now, one of the largest ones, is having a lawsuit for maybe like not having the right reach. But that's not this conversation. We'll carry on.
Yeah. But there is reach which really focuses on how many people. And
Hmm.
then you also want to look at how many times did they see your message. And
Frequency. Yep.
that impression number has to keep increasing because you used to be able to break through with 5 impressions, but
Hmm.
people are bombarded with so much information.
Yeah.
You've got to hit them 10, 20 times before they even notice you.
Yes.
And you can spend a lot of money trying to reach a huge audience multiple times. And
Yeah.
this isn't about that. It's about reaching the right people. And we're going to assume, because we could talk ad nauseum about defining your audience, blah, blah, blah. We're going to assume you got that down. You know who you want to talk to, and you kind of know where they're hanging out, and really focus instead on low cost strategies to reach them.
Yes, because reaching the right audience is equal to revenue potential.
I
uh,
love, I love that. So let's start with um,
I would start with collaborating with industry partners. So you and I collaborate. So let's
mhm.
start with you and I. Co-marketing, we both have our own audiences, but you could also think of somebody that um, is maybe a complete opposite, but is in the same realm. Like I've got two event type clients, and they both have large, decent lists, and they would be in the same realm to swap emails. They don't. Neither one of them does a podcast per se, but they could swap podcasts, appearances. Um, maybe at a in-person networking event, like this person's introducing you. That's old school and still very relevant today. But just collaborating with other people is a great one.
You know that long before the internet, I used to teach a course on building your referral circle and
Hmm.
think about all of the people who touch your client at a
Yeah.
different time. A wedding planner needs a florist and a jeweler and a venue, and creating those reciprocal relationships and taking that to the next level where you share and cross promote is
Share reciprocal was the key words there.
that's what makes a good collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next on your list?
So turn internal experts into content engines. So for me, everyone on my team is an expert. It's not just me, and they all have their own audiences. And so, like Brenna and I have a podcast together, and we've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now. I
Mhm.
can't remember the exact. I think it's 179 episodes, nowhere near Lorraine. Um,
More years on you.
but you know what? There is added benefit there is because it's an internal team member, we get to talk about subjects together and then we get to turn it into content as well.
Absolutely. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a formal podcast. Um, it can be something as simple as picking up your phone and just asking questions and letting people on your team answer them and sharing those individual videos.
Yes.
And never underestimate the power of a proud mom. You know, if you have employees and they share on their timeline a video of them demonstrating their expertise, no mother in her right mind is not going to forward that to 50 of her friends. And one of those friends might just need your services.
Yep, yep, there you go. So put your team to work.
Put your team to work.
My next one, I know you do quite a bit more
Mhm.
than I have been, is turning blog posts into LinkedIn carousels. And I think I wasn't doing it as much because it was like, oh, that's like individual like post, and I had needed to change that the algorithms actually like those. And then
Mhm.
also, it's not that I can't make the one big carousel that you it's just a PDF of all your posts.
Mhm.
Um, and then do the individual ones too.
Absolutely. So, one of the things that I do, and this actually ties back to a conversation we were having about different ways to use ChatGPT, I
Mm-hmm.
take my blog post or my transcript for my podcast, and I ask ChatGPT to pull out 3 to 4 relevant key points, like 3 to 4 bullet points,
Yeah.
and those become the captions on my carousel. But then in the text supporting the carousel, I do the full blog post or I do a significant piece of it. So there's meat, there's the carousel for the people who only want to scroll, and I can put the same carousel on Instagram or Facebook, but I'm really creating it for the LinkedIn platform.
Don't forget, you can take the same podcast or the same like blog post over and over and just ask for it to give you from a different perspective
Mhm.
or a different audience perspective if you happen to have multiple audiences or just different
Absolutely.
perspectives within the same audience.
Absolutely. And, you know, a lot of it depends on how much meat there really is.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I have been doing is giving it one of my old articles and saying, rewrite it for this community or that community, and then take the rewrite and create the carousels that way.
Yeah.
Now, we are almost out of time, but I want you to talk about the send a forward this email to your list for
Yeah.
our last.
Really simple one. And it's just making it on your email list that you're sending out down at the bottom of the email. Know someone who would find this helpful, and all they have to do is hit the forward. And it seems so simple, but sometimes people need instructions.
Mhm.
And so
Absolutely.
it makes
Abs-
it real easy. It's like that call to action.
you know, and I had forgotten that was a feature I used a lot in the early days, and I've just forgotten about it. And I have um, a really loyal following in my email list. I have a really good open rate. So people are liking it and they open it and they click. Why not put them to work?
You could also put it at the beginning and just be like, "Hey, I'm about to give some valuable information. If you feel like it, maybe you should forward it. Somebody else might want to see it." So change it
Yep,
up a little bit if you've done it before with that audience.
absolutely. And while you're watching this video, there's a share button at the bottom of the video. And if you know someone else who could benefit from these tips on expanding their reach, go ahead and forward it to them.
Or any of our shows. I mean, we put a lot of content out.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we're glad we reached you today, and we're looking forward to chatting again next week.
All right, take care.
Bye now.